Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Stinson and I'm here to talk about my book, A Practical Guide to Human Resources Management. Today we're going to look at Chapter 8, which is how to stay out of court. And why do we want to stay out of court? Well, first of all, obviously it's expensive. And what I think most people don't realize is when you go to court, by the time that the case is filed to the time you get a verdict from a jury, you will spend easily $250,000 to try the case. And that's assuming that you quote-unquote win. There's also the issue of your reputation. What will your customers say when they look in the media and see that your case is before a jury? And lastly, aside from the $250,000, there's this tremendous amount of time that is invested by you in the form of interrogatories, depositions, and this can take hundreds of hours of your time and your staff's time. And of course, your time is worth money. So life is complicated, and unfortunately in the human resources world we have a variety of different laws and regulations that you have to keep in mind. For example, I'll just name a few of these. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Age Discrimination in Employment Act of 1967, the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1992, the Immigration Reform and Control Act of 1986, the Fair Labor Standards Act, the Equal Pay Act, the Ledbetter Act, the Employment, Retirement, Income, and Security Act, workers' compensation laws that are different in every state, the Wagner Act, Occupational Safety and Health Act, the Drug-Free Workplace Act, the Family Medical Leave Act, the Pregnancy Discrimination Act, the Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act. Is that enough? Well, I would think so. And if that's not bad enough, our current administration is very serious about enforcing these, and I put a chart up on the screen that you can see between 2009 and 2010, the number of employees he has in these various agencies and how that's going to increase dramatically. And this appears to be one of his goals, is the enforcement of these various laws and regulations. So what do you do? Well, the most important thing you can do is make sure that your employee handbook is up to date. That's the key defense item that you have. Make sure that you have policies to address the items that I mentioned earlier, these various laws and regulations. You need to post the required legal notices. This is very important. You need to maintain accurate and required employee records because they will be subpoenaed. Have an illness prevention program if that's required by your state. You need to maintain required safety records. Material safety data sheets need to be available for inspection. You need to create an emergency action plan and stay in compliance with laws such as COBRA and make sure you're in compliance with all your state wage and hour rules. And this is an area that is very popular with plaintiff attorneys right now. As I mentioned before, in Chapter 7 you should have a solid arbitration policy. If you do, this will keep you out of court and reduce your costs as much as 90%. And make sure that your risk management policies are up to date and will actually cover you in the event of a lawsuit. Many people don't know that wage and hour laws, for example, and cases involved in that area are not covered under most employment practices liability insurance. So one final thought, I would start searching for an attorney now because it's better to have one now than before you're sued than after. Thank you very much. My book is available on Amazon as well as Barnes & Noble, A Practical Guide to Human Resources Management.